Hi folks, Ron Bishop from Timaru, New Zealand. I'm a professional motivational coach, and in my coaching I use this manual called Think Talk, How to Think Like a Winner. And I've written a little poem about this book, which I'd like to recite to you. Think Talk. I'm Think Talk and I'm different. I'm not a newspaper or a magazine. I'm not a book or a newsletter. I'm something in between. My pages are full of wisdom, telling you exactly where to start. From think tank to belief tank, from the head down to your heart. You'll find me in the waiting rooms, in schools and in homes galore. Think Talk is for everybody, and my readers call for more. I've a whole new way of thinking on how to win first place. I've a whole new way of talking to the families of every race. I turn negatives into positives through every struggle and strife. Let Think Talk be your partner, your success manual for life. That is the manual that I teach people Think Talk. And I'm going to teach you over the next few weeks some lessons that are in Think Talk. There are actually 7 lessons which I intend to teach. The first lesson is called The Power of Your Thoughts. The second lesson is Laws of the Universe. Number 3 is The Pendulum of Life. Number 4, Letting Go of Your Feelings and Emotions. Number 5, The Power of Your Beliefs. Number 6, Your Goal-Seeking Mechanism. And lesson number 7, How to Become the Greatest. There's a couple of inspirational poems in there. One is called Don't Quit, and the other is called The Man Who Thinks He Can. Now, I'm going to also recite to you a letter I wrote about why I wrote Think Talk. So bear a minute and I'll read the letter to you. Why I Wrote Think Talk by Ron E. Bishop. When we arrive into this world, we come without a manual. Most of our learning we learn from others, and the rest is by trial and error. Unfortunately, not all the things we learn from others are correct, and some are certainly not good for us. Throughout our lifetime, we experience much pain and suffering during the learning process. We all make mistakes along the way, but it's not what happens to us that counts. It's how we respond to what happens to us that matters. In my own life, when I was 16 years of age, I was careless with a .22 rifle, and as a result I accidentally shot and killed my 11-year-old brother, Trevor. I received no counselling at the time, so I held on to my grief and guilt feelings for 30 years before I finally let them go by having a mental breakdown. I want you to know that I'm not sharing this part of my life with you because I want sympathy or self-pity, because I'm well past that now. I'm sharing it because I know I'm not the only person in the world who has done what I've done, and others need to know that it's okay. We don't always understand why these things happen to some and not others, but it's just many of the unexplained things about life. All we can do is have faith in God. He has given us strength and the courage to learn how to cope. This may sound strange, but my mental breakdown was the best thing that ever happened to me, because it made me ask the question, how does the mind really work? And why do certain things happen to some and not others? In 1971, I had the good fortune to attend a sales conference in Hawaii, and it was there that I learned for the first time there was such a thing as positive thinking. I started reading books on the subject and became fascinated by the potential power of the mind. After my mental breakdown, I felt the need to step up my study of the mind, and I found that people like me who had mental breakdowns had also experienced some major trauma in their life in earlier years. It was due to my own experience that I came to understand and appreciate that whatever goes into the mind comes out in one's life. Up until that point, I was always one to blame others when things went wrong, until finally I realized that my life was not to change for the better, that it was up to me that I had to change and not someone else. I set some goals and put into practice the mental exercises described in this manual, and when I did, things started to change for the better, so much so that I felt a great desire to share what I've learnt over the years with others. In all the years I've worked with people, I've found that everyone in the world has their problems, regardless of their status in society. But just how to deal with these problems is something of a mystery to most people. In an effort to explain why things happen, I have written Think Talk in a type of language and style that I hope will be understood and be of benefit to all those who read it. I dedicate this Think Talk manual to my late brother, Trevor Wayne, and I ask for God's forgiveness for my mistakes of the past. I also ask God for his blessing upon this manual so that it may give hope, inspiration, and a long and prosperous life for its owner. Well, there you are, folks. I'm away for Christmas. And when I come back, I'm going to teach you those lessons. Those 7 lessons. We're going to go through them on this video. Okay? So I'll see you when I go back. If you want to subscribe to my library, you can. It's timarudirectory.co.nz. timarudirectory.co.nz, and you can subscribe to my library, and we'll have a lot of fun there. Okay? So keep your powder dry. I'll see you later. Good morning, folks. How are you today? All right? What a great day it is today, isn't it? It must be very good for you because you're still above ground. They haven't buried you or burnt you yet. I'm 72 next year. In January I'll be 72. Bloody good effort, eh? To last that long? Hey, listen, I'm building an inspirational library. Are you going to join it? I want you to join it because you're going to be inspired. I'm putting stuff in there that'll inspire you. Let me show you some of the stuff I'm putting in there. See this fella here? This is called Think Talk, the University of Life. And that's me when I was a young fella, handsome, doing a seminar, explaining to people the difference between the outer world and the inner world. Motivational coach I am. I teach people motivational skills. This brochure here is all about families. Think Talk University for you and your family. I teach families how to think positively instead of negatively. Now, what else are we going to do on this library? Hey, look what I found, folks. How to Think Like a Winner, Series 1. It's a 1 hour long CD. You can listen to it. It'll change your life, this thing. It'll change my life. It'll change yours. And listen to this. How to Think Like a Winner Series 2. 100,000 metre world challenge. Does How to Think Like a Winner work? Bloody oath it does. This is a world record. I broke a world record on an indoor rowing machine. At 63 years of age, I rowed 100,000 metres in 9 hours. I did stop, but it was hard work. I'm the oldest man in the world at that time to row 100,000 metres in 9 hours. How did I do it? By thinking like a winner. Think like a winner. Join me in my library. Come in. Pay $10. Get in there. And listen to these videos. Listen to how I can change your life with my motivational coaching. Because I love it. It's exciting. I can change your life. I can change your family's life. I can change anybody's life if you'll do the exercises that I teach you to do. So join the library. $10 is going to cost you for a whole year. And there's heaps of other stuff in there as well. You'll have to excuse the mess because we're building it at the moment. We're just putting stuff into it. It's coming from all over the place. And we're building, you know what we're building? We're building the greatest and biggest inspirational library in the world. That's what we're doing. Big goal. And you are going to help us. Because this is going to be a fantastic library. Because it's going to be all sorts of stuff that'll inspire you. Stuff that's not taught in schools. Okay? $10, that's all I want of you. Go and push the PayPal button or send me a check, do whatever. It's all there, the instructions are there, but come on, let's build the biggest and greatest motivational library in the world. Now the bloody thing started up again. Dick Smith, get up here. Noel Leeming, all these buggers that sell these things. Good morning. How are you this morning? Actually, it's not morning. Here in New Zealand at the moment, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm preparing my speech for tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning I'm going to be talking about the brain. And I've just put a chart up here which I'll use to tell you about my brain, okay? I don't know whether you've got a brain or not, but I've got one and this is how it works, okay? Now let's look at the left side of your brain first. That's the analytical part of your brain. And the first one on that chart is short-term memory. It's where you store all your short-term memory. Logic and reason, reading and writing, mathematics, speech, singular, facts, and recall. That's all on the left side of your brain, the analytical side of your brain. On the right-hand side of the brain is your creative side of your brain. It's your long-term memory, your images and pictures, imagination, perception, musical, holistic, dreams, and spiritual. So you go two halves of your brain. Left-hand side is an analytical, right-hand side is creative. Okay? So in this training session, I'm going to be talking about your brain. Okay? So I'll see you in a minute. For 40 years, I've been listening to cassette tapes. All sorts of cassette tapes. You see, I'm a multi-level marketer. I've been in multi-level companies, Amway, Promar, Alan Black, all those companies, Golden Chemical Products. I've been in all those companies, and over the years, I've listened to tapes. Because what goes into your brain comes out in your life. And I haven't just listened to these tapes once, I've listened to them over and over again. Okay, there are some of them there. I'm back in my lounge at the moment, and Mother and I have been watching the Sevens being played in Wellington, Sevens-a-side competition, and there they are there on the tally. Now, the reason I'm in here, I want to show you these books. I have lots of books. I don't read fiction books. I read self-help books, books that can help me in my life. You could say I'm a self-help alcoholic. Not an alcoholic, but a bookaholic. Okay? Look at these books. Richie McCaw, the great rugby player, won the World Cup for us, he did. Great player. Anthony Robbins is there. Over here we've got John Keogh with his Mind Power book. I've read these books. I don't just read these books once. They're my Bibles. I go back over and over and over them, okay? And if you want to change your life, that's what you have to do. Don't listen to rubbish on television all the time. Read a book, okay? Honey Puffs. I love Honey Puffs. This is my favourite breakfast. Honey Puffs, waiting for me. Good morning all. Wherever you are around the world, let's have a look at the time. The time in New Zealand, in Timaru, New Zealand, is 4:30. No. Good morning, folks. Ron Bishop here again. I'm recording my life story online, and I call it True Stories in the Life of Ronnie B. So this is another chapter in True Stories in the Life of Ronnie B. I come on at about this time every morning, So far I've been doing it for quite a few mornings now, and I talk about my life and about things happening in general around the place. There are four things I've written down here that I'll be covering on Ronnie's blog. Personal self-development. We're going to be talking about personal self-development this morning. We're going to be talking about your brain and how your brain works. Tourism promotions. I'm a tourist promoter. I love to bring tourists into an area and show them what there is. The other, and I'm running two campaigns. The employment campaign, I want to change the New Zealand employment law because it's wrong. And the other one is mental health. So there's a lot of things wrong in the mental health industry too that needs to be changed. So I'm running a campaign on that. The time is 5:20 in the morning, and I've had 7 hours sleep, which is long enough for me. I'm 72 years of age, and I feel good, fresh this morning. So let's get started, and I'll start with telling you what I had for breakfast. Well, good morning, folks. It's just after 6 o'clock in Timaru, New Zealand at the moment, and I'm sitting in my studio recording my life story and the different things that happen in my life. And today I'm going to talk to you about personal self-development. There are four things where I talk about. One is personal self-development. The other thing is Timaru Tourist Promotions. I promote tourism. I'm also running a campaign to change the employment law in New Zealand, and another campaign to change some of the things that are wrong in the mental health industry. So this morning I'm going to be talking about personal self-development. So just sit back and enjoy it. First of all, I want to introduce you to my hats. I wear a number of hats, and I'll just show you these hats. This hat here I call my Charlie hat, because it's a type of hat that Prince Charles would wear. So I call this hat Charlie. My other hat is this one here, and this is my Michael Jackson hat. Michael Jackson had one of these hats, and so I call it my Michael Jackson hat. We've got another one here somewhere. Oh, it's fallen on the floor. Here it is. This is my photo news hat. So when I'm out taking photos, this is the hat I wear in the sun. And the one I'm wearing this morning is my Pedro hat. I'm wearing a Pedro hat. I picked this up yesterday because it was very hot here in Timaru, New Zealand yesterday. So you'll find me talking to you online this morning in my Pedro hat. Now some of you may be a bit confused with this. I've been putting this Brill cream on my videos, and you're wondering what the hell it is. My daughter said I was bloody mad. But anyway, let me show you something else I'm going to put on screen this morning. A box of these. You're going to hear about these, okay? And I do it as make-believe advertisements. Nobody pays me. I just do it because it might help some companies sell their product. Now, the other thing I want to do is tell you about my occupations. I'm a practicing comedian. I haven't been doing it for very long, only about 6 months, and I try to be funny. And sometimes it backfires on me, but I'm learning about it. Tourism promotions. I like to promote tourism. I'm a tourism promoter. I'm a motivational coach. Personal self-development is my specialty. Been doing it for 40 years, and I love it. And this is for the first time I'm doing it on YouTube. Now every morning I will be online. And I want you to follow me. I want you to listen to a lot of things that I'm going to say, because I'm going to be teaching you stuff, okay? So, yeah. So you stay with me, won't you? The year was 1971 when my wife and I were flown to Hawaii to a sales conference. I had joined a company called Golden Products, or Golden Chemical Products, and we went to Hawaii for training. And it was in Hawaii at this seminar that I learned for the first time something called positive thinking. I'd never heard of positive thinking before, and so I became addicted to books. I started reading books on positive thinking, and I have been doing so ever since. I've been involved with a lot of multi-level marketing companies. Golden Products went broke because it was a pyramid selling thing. And a lot of people lost a lot of money. I joined Amway. I was in Amway for a while. I didn't like that. I got out and got into another company called Promar Systems, and still am a senior director of Promar Systems, although I don't work the business act. I still have a lot of time for Promar Systems. They're a great company. It's run by the Fitler family from Australia, and it changed my life. Some of the seminars I went to, the tapes I listened to, the books I read, all came because of the enthusiasm of the founding director of Promar Systems, Mr. Val Fitler. So Val, if you're listening, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy some of my training. You might be able to tell some of your distributors about it. Okay? Well, that's it, folks, for another morning. I hope you enjoyed our session this morning. It's brief. I like to keep these things brief, but the main thing is keeping in touch, and I'll be online every morning doing this. Not many people are looking at it at the moment, but word of mouth will soon spread, I hope, if I'm any good. And if you get some benefit from it, well, good and well. Now listen, just before I go, I want to tell you about how to feel happy all the time, how to feel good all the time. When anyone says to you, good morning, Ron, or good morning, Mary, or whatever, don't say not bad, say good, great, fantastic, or terrific. I learned this many years ago. Whatever you say to yourself, that's what you'll become. I've got a little thing here I did some time ago. Let's have a look at this. What does it say? You are what you think you are. You are what you think you are. And it's what you think about all day long that you become. So I've got a pretty big goal. I want to be a professional motivational coach, public speaker, and a comedian. And so I do mental exercises every day. There are three parts I say to people. You've got a body, and you've got to look after that body. You've got to exercise it. I'll be going for a walk shortly after I finish this to exercise my body. The second thing you have to look after is your brain, your mental side of you, because we've all got a brain, and we have to program good stuff into our brain if we want good stuff to come out. And of course the third thing is the spiritual side of us. We are all spiritual beings, and we have we have a desire to worship a creator, and we believe there is something out there bigger than ourselves. So it doesn't matter what your religion is, we all believe the same thing, that there is something out there to help us in our life and keep us going. And so that's it. Have a good day, and see you tomorrow, eh? Okay, same time.